Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reporting on a very disturbing situation that has gone viral on Facebook. A story of a 27-year-old married mother of four out of Akron, Ohio. Her name is Amber Ray McElravy. But the Facebook community has given her a new name, the Monster Mom, or the Momster. So, this is my trigger warning for anyone who is sensitive to children abuse. This would be the time to exit now because I'm about to take a deep dive into this tragic situation. Okay, first off, I'm going to start by just stating that all of this is alleged, even though there is footage, etc., it is all still under investigation. Okay, so here we have Mother Dearest herself, Miss Amber. From just taking a quick look at her family photos, you would think, oh, what a lovely family. Two-parent household full of children and love, right? Well, it has been exposed that Amber was abusing a sweet little boy named Josiah, aka JJ. JJ is not Amber's biological child, so keep that in mind, and I'm going to get into that further in the video. She has four biological children, two boys, ages 8 and 6, and two girls, ages 3, and her youngest daughter will be 5 months in October. She was the legal guardian of JJ, and she has had him since 2017, and JJ is currently 5 years old. The video that has gone viral all over TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook shows Amber throwing JJ around like a rag doll, whipping him maliciously with a belt across his body, face, and head while talking to him in a demeaning and heartless way. So again, this is a trigger warning. I am not going to play all of the clips for obvious reasons, and I do not want this to be all about watching the video more than spreading awareness and getting justice for JJ. And not only JJ, but making sure everyone who was hurt surrounding Amber's actions get help and justice. So in this very disturbing clip of the video, you can see her pick JJ up and throw him across the kitchen. In the next video, she continues to slam him against the ground and grab a belt to whoop him. So in the video, you can hear her yelling at the top of her lungs, and you can also hear poor JJ's little fragile voice full of fear. She yells at him saying, "Is it because you thought your Aunt Aubrey was going to kiss your ass and give you a whole bunch of candy while I was gone?" She then smacks whatever it is that he's holding in his hand with the belt. She yells some more as she uses force and whips him with the belt all over his body, his face, and his head. And poor JJ just tries to block the blows the best that he can. You can also see her daughter, her 3-year-old daughter, who rolls in the room on a scooter while all of this is going on. And she just casually, looks around and keeps rolling around the house as if nothing is going on. She's clearly used to this type of behavior because it does not faze her, not one bit. It is just another day in paradise for her. So you're probably wondering, who was recording these videos? Why didn't they intervene? How did these videos get out? So a brave young lady named Aubrey, who is seen in the picture here with Amber, that is her stepsister, she was secretly recording the abuse and sent it to a friend. So her and the friend were messaging each other back and forth on Snapchat. So the person she's messaging says, "Maybe she can help you and say something I can't. Aubrey, I gotta show you something." Person, "She's smart about that stuff," and I believe the person is referring to her own mother. Then the person says, "Okay." Aubrey, "But you can't do anything about it, okay? No saving the videos, no calling anyone. Promise?" Person, "This is a shitty spot to be in. I promise I won't do anything about it now. But if someone ever goes missing, I don't know." Aubrey, "This is a reflection of my childhood. The same shit she's doing to him was done to me and Tyler." So yeah, there were people out there who were trying to shame Aubrey for recording, saying she should have stopped the act, etc., etc. But as you just heard from her own mouth, she said that this is a reflection of her childhood, what is going on with JJ, what Amber is doing. So obviously, Aubrey is a victim as well. She has been physically and mentally and sexually abused, which I will go into more detail of that in part 2. And Aubrey is 16 years old. She is still a child herself, dealing with her own trauma and wounds. So big ups to Aubrey for speaking out and being a voice for JJ. It took for a 16-year-old to speak up and expose this abuse. No one else in their circle, family, or friends stood up for these children. And if it had not been for Aubrey, little JJ would still be in that house of horror being traumatized right now as I speak. Now, let's get into how Amber got custody of JJ in the first place. This is JJ's biological mother. Her Facebook name is Heaven Thomas. And if you're wondering, majority of this information that I gathered came from Facebook, Instagram, and also Google searches. But I am in a group on Facebook called the Amber Ray McElravy information page. So, this is what the bio mom had to say. She is a member of the group too, by the way. She left a comment under a post stating that she is the biological mother and if someone could please send her the video because she has court in the morning, which would be Thursday, September 29th. So, of course, people started inboxing her and checking out her page, etc. One member posted their convo where the bio mom explains that back in February of 2018, her mother passed away. She didn't know how to handle it mentally. Amber, who was a friend of hers at the time, was willing to take legal guardianship of her son until she was able to get help. She says once COVID started, Amber started using excuses to prevent her from seeing her son. There were times she would ask about him and Amber wouldn't mention a thing about him, and she would just go on to talk bad about her and convince her that Amber was the one who really loved JJ and that she wanted to adopt him. She said she kept attempting to reach out and she was getting avoided, that she knew something wasn't right, especially after the last time she saw him. He was in a playpen wanting to play with the other children. When she asked Amber why he couldn't play with the other children, she told her that they did not get along. So she said she had a gut feeling that something was right, he was being mistreated, but she could not prove it because Amber wouldn't let her come around. Now, according to an alleged relative of Amber, she says that the bio mother Heaven had him back a few times since he went with Amber and that he kept coming back to Amber due to the mother being involved with drug use. When you go to the bio mother's page, you can see that since JJ has been with Amber, the bio mom has been married. She has had 3 other children and allegedly she is currently pregnant right now with another. I also noticed that she herself is a biracial woman. She did post a family member that she lost, and as you can see, he is a black man. I believe her father is black because I seen on her page who I believe to be her mother. This is all alleged. I don't know this to be facts. But you can look at JJ and see that he has some melanin in him. And according to this court document, Heaven does not know or have any contact with whoever JJ's father is supposed to be. So, all right, y'all. Now let's get into what me and many others have noticed, all the red flags from overlooking this Momster's social media accounts. So there was a lot of people who thought JJ was like 2 to 3 years old from the video because he looked so small and fragile. And in his baby pictures, you can see he was a chunky, healthy baby boy. But it's not just JJ. All of her children look malnourished and fragile. This pic here is from her IG and is dated May 3rd, 2020. You can see her oldest son, Bentley's ribs. Not to mention, he's in a pull-up. He is the oldest, probably 6 or 7 in this picture, and he is still wearing pull-ups. And not just pull-ups, pacifiers as well. You can see both him and his little brother keep a pacifier close by. This is definitely a red flag. He's way too big to still be, consuming on a pacifier. But, that is a red flag. It's a sign of trauma, abuse, and neglect. Then they never have clothes on outside. I understand kids want to roam free when they are younger, no shoes, maybe no shirt, but she has so many pics of her kids outside in literally just diapers. Even at her wedding, I noticed, you, your husband, y'all all dressed up looking nice, and then your son only has on pajamas. Like, seriously, you couldn't get little man anything else to look more decent for the occasion? I don't know. I just think that's very weird. Then she has these pictures where she uploads her kids doing stuff like coloring on the walls, making a mess with baby powder, making a mess in the refrigerator, coloring all over themselves naked. And her caption, she's always tries to make light of it and laugh about it. Kids will be kids. That's understandable. They get into stuff. But after her abuse allegations have hit the fan, it just gives me a cringy feeling. Like after every one of these photos, these kids got a beat down. These are more pictures where you can see bruising and marks not only on JJ, but her other children as well throughout the years. Bruising, scratches, swollen faces, marks on their eyes, their arms. Just very sad to see these children had to go through these things and no one around them batted an eye. So Amber is currently in jail. She does not have a bond as of now, and a lot of people are really outraged that her charges are merely child endangerment. They feel like she is going to get out with a slap on the wrist and that the charges should be more severe, as the case was pretty severe. So they feel like she should also be charged with child abuse, assault on a minor, and more. A lot of people also feel like her husband should face some consequences as well, possibly charges as well, because they feel that it's no way that he had no idea what his wife was doing and that he also may possibly have had a part. So this story has touched thousands of people. They all are concerned about JJ as well as the other children that are in the home. So Amber is currently in jail. She does not have a bond as of now. And a lot of people are outraged that her charges are only child endangerment. They feel like she is going to get out with a slap on the wrist. That they're not going to really charge her to the severity of the situation, and that she should be charged with child abuse, assault on a minor, and more. A lot of people also feel like her husband should face some type of consequences and charges as well, because they feel like that there is no way he had no idea that his wife was doing these things, living in the same home and things like that, that he also may have possibly had a part in the abuse as well. And if you made it to the end of the video, thank you again for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.